The sun hasn't even come up yet. It's just starting to. That's how I can tell it's too early. I am not a morning person, but today we are up early to drive up and meet with Jason, who runs a podcast. It's going to be the first podcast I've ever been on. I am definitely excited, but I have to go drive up and meet Jason. So we can do this podcast. So let's get on the road. I got Midnight with me today, coming on a trip. You can tell she's excited. Let's go meet up with Jason and let's do this podcast. What's going on, guys? Welcome back for another video. If you're new here, my name's Chris. Beside me in the passenger seat is Midnight, and we are currently riding inside of the Fortune Taco on our way to meet Jason. Like I mentioned in the intro, we are going to do a podcast with a Toyota off-road podcast based out of Arizona. I'm definitely excited for this. There are multiple people I know of that have been featured on this podcast, and I have been wanting to do this for months. Finally got my opportunity, and today's the day to go work with Jason and be a part of his podcast. It's early. I do not like mornings. So what we need to do is stop for breakfast, pick up some food for me, and I told Jason I was going to bring him some breakfast. Now, I'm not going to show you guys the whole entire podcast in this video, because that wouldn't be fair to Jason, but probably going to get a little sneak peek of it. And then, I don't know if this video is going to drop first or the podcast is going to come out first. Either way, once the podcast is out and available, there will be a link down in the description below for where you can see the whole podcast and check out his content. It's time to get some bagels. It's time to get some breakfast. Bagel is always my go-to breakfast. We got the goods. Now to continue on to meeting up with Jason, get this show on the road. Come on. We made it.
What?
She's a little skittish. All right, guys, so we are all set up, about ready to start the podcast. I just wanted to give Jason a chance here to tell you a little bit about the podcast. Jason, tell me what the Yodas podcast is all about.
So it's the Yodas podcast. I'm a Toyota lover, and I follow all these great people on Instagram, on social media that are, Toyota drivers, and I wanted to talk to them. I want to get to know the drivers, get to know their trucks, why they chose Toyota, that kind of thing, and that was my deal. I looked online to see if there was a Toyota-specific podcast. There wasn't, and I thought, what the hell? Let's do something.
Awesome.
And that was pretty much it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to get into this. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to give you a little snippet of it, maybe just a little tease of us starting it out, but then you will have to look up the Yodas podcast to see the full episode. I got to turn this on. All right.
Nope. All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear yourself?
I can.
There you go. So everyone gets a gift, brother. I got you a couple of these.
Awesome. I
know
appreciate
you have a
that.
brother, and your brother drives a Toyota as well, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to, or if he's not qualified, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, he's qualified.
Okay,
he has a
great.
4Runner.
All right.
So, I don't know if anybody's ever done this before, but you always give a gift. So I decided I'm gonna give you a gift back as well.
Yeah, buddy.
So I just got these actually made. This is
Oh.
like my second version of a patch, and I haven't given these to anybody. These just came in, so you're actually the very first person to get these.
Is this your first Toyota?
It is my first Toyota. Yeah.
Oh, and let me ask you this. Are you Toyota for life?
Oh, I'm definitely Toyota for life.
This is it, huh? Sold.
Yeah. Once I got that, and then obviously I went back to my buddies, and I'm like, hey, look, I got a Tacoma. And they're like, four-wheel drive, and everyone's like, yeah, they were so happy.
Yeah.
And the two buddies,
Were your buddies already Toyotas?
so the two buddies I had, one had an FJ,
Yeah.
and the other had a imported Land Cruiser. It was an 80 series, right-hand drive diesel.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Instagram and Tacoma World, I think those were very negative influences on my life.
But.
All right, guys, so we just wrapped up the podcast. Jason, I appreciate you having me out on the podcast. That's gonna do it for this video. If you guys wanna check out the podcast, I'll leave a link down in the description below, and you can go see the full episode. Jason, I appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you, brother.
Thanks for having me out.
Yeah.
I'll see you next time. Hopefully I'll see you to the toy drive.
We'll see you at the toy drive.
So today's video was a different style than I normally do. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, do me a huge favor, show support for the video as well as the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe if you are not already a subscriber. I appreciate you sticking around all the way till the end of the video, and I will see you on the next video.